great game shows. They're all dead simple, but they're also a lot of fun.
Come on now!
The game show has been a cornerstone of our TV schedules for decades. The primetime classics.
Bruce's banter was the stuff of legends.
Here's another bundle of trouble, right?
The daytime head scratchers.
Heart of a lion.
That's me.
Brain of a weather girl.
Thank you very much.
I can channel the governess when I need to.
And not forgetting the kids' fun fests.
My gun's just the best, y'all.
There's something special about guns with kids. They just love it.
Tonight we're celebrating everything that's great about game shows.
We were from the planet Glad. You know, we weren't human. We were born on the planet Glad and we kind of came to Earth.
The best thing on television ever.
We'll be saluting the legendary hosts.
I've got the wrong card there. I mean, he kind of made me look like Bear Grylls.
What a game day!
We've got to keep it going, create the atmosphere.
Congratulations!
It's how to deal with it when it goes wrong.
Cheering on the contestants.
She was absolutely wired.
And getting our hands on some ridiculous prizes.
You know, where are you going to use a speedboat?
Who has an ice cream maker?
Amazing!
And we'll be putting our famous faces in the hot seat.
We asked 100 people to name something people have more than 2 of on their body.
Eyes. Oh, I was trying to avoid saying something rude, and instead I said something stupid.
So come on down and join us as we remind you exactly why we love game shows.
Nice to see you,
On the 4th of September 1998, the nation was gripped by a revolutionary new game show which offered, for the first time anywhere in the world, a top prize of £1 million.
£1 million? Oh.
ITV were taking a huge gamble, not only on the prize, but also on the scheduling. This had to work.
To put that in at the middle of the prime time schedule at 9 o'clock every night to clear the schedule like that was, I mean, it just never been done before. So that was very exciting. It was quite nerve-wracking, actually.
But the gamble paid off. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire became a ratings hit across the globe and arguably the biggest game show of all time. It even inspired an Oscar-winning movie. So, with the viewers locked in, there was one question we all wanted answering. Who was going to be a millionaire?
Let's be honest, top prizes in game shows are there not to be won.
Come and have a look at what you would have won. Come on, never mind that now. Come and have a look.
So, when you look at something like Millionaire, people eventually form the opinion, yeah, I've watched this now a few times, there's no way you can actually get to £1 million.
But yeah, the millions just kind of just beyond people's wildest dreams, and it was the other levels that were so dramatic, because actually you can't really afford to take risks if you're at 16 and you want to get to the next level.
It is unbelievably nerve-wracking to sit in the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire chair.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, I think, is the game show of game shows, isn't it? It is that moment sitting in the chair where suddenly, if someone asked you what your name was, you wouldn't be entirely sure.
It was really obvious that it was quite hard to win. We had some amazing contestants. They were great television. They went away with life-changing amounts of money. But that million was just so elusive.
But on the 20th of November 2000, the biggest moment in the history of game shows would come from the most unlikely of sources.
Hello, welcome to Monday Night's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. At the end of Saturday Night Show, Judith Keppel here, a garden designer from Fulham, ended the show on £16,000.
I remember being very frightened, I must say. I was terribly nervous because I'd never been on television before and knew absolutely nothing what was going to happen.
But you wouldn't know it. Judith had calmly worked her way up the money ladder using 2 of her 3 lifelines wisely. But at 125,000, things began to get tense.
I'm afraid I don't know. I would like to phone a friend now.
I think the lifelines were probably one of the best mechanics we've seen in a game show in a long time. Because imagine you phone a family friend and they get it wrong.
But imagine if they get it right.
Right, I know this one. I'm 100% sure it's a bear.
Oh, bless you!
But with the lifelines used up, Judith was now on her own.
You just won £250,000.
She was such an unexpected game show contestant. You know, it proved the point that the most unlikely people were ringing in from absolutely every walk of life.
Judith was on a roll. Was there anything she didn't know?
I didn't know the patron saint of Spain.
Who is the patron saint of Spain? St. James, St. John, St. Benedict, St. Peter.
The awful thing was that the nearer I got to the million, the more risks I took. I could feel myself behaving like a lunatic.
I think it's St. James. And Spain is called Santiago.
But that lunacy paid off.
Good or bad?
You've just won 500.
As she became the third person in 2 years to face the final question. 14 million of us were glued to our screens. Would she follow her predecessors who took their 500 grand and ran? Of course not.
£500. But of course, if you lose, you get this wrong, you go all the way back to 32,000.
If you give me a wrong answer, you still get 32,000. You lose £468,000.
By the time you get up to 500,000, something like that, 32,000 is nothing.
Which king was married to Eleanor of Aquitaine? Henry I, Henry II, Richard I, Henry V.
I'm going to say Henry V.
Henry V.
Richard I.
I think it was Henry II.
I do watch a lot of history programmes, and I'm really ashamed because it's actually a period of history I'm kind of just getting into. But I'm
going to have to hurry here. Which one are you going for?
I'm done.
Richard.
That's it. Yeah, Richard. It's
Richard.
Not right. I know it's not right.
See.
I think it's Henry II.
When I said that I was going to answer the question, there was a terrific kind of rustle through the audience. I could hear it, and a gasp, you know. And they were sort of talking and wondering, I mean, like me, they were wondering if it was the right answer.
It's just the most incredible television.
I wasn't absolutely sure I'd got it right.
Final answer.
Final answer.
You've just won £1 million!
Had no idea.
Terrible. I was totally amazed by it. And when I think about it, I still am astonished by it.
She was a great player, wasn't she? There were so many questions she got right that I know I would have got wrong, that you definitely felt like she deserved it.
It took 2 years, but the fact that it was won meant that it was doable, and if it was doable for Judith Keppel, people thought, that could be me.
The biggest game show ever had its biggest ever winner, meaning Judith's polite and understated victory was a television moment never to be forgotten.
But I found it rather alarming because people would pop up behind cars and start taking photographs. And I remember we went into Southampton to John Lewis in Southampton, and 1 or 2 people came up and touched me for luck. It was very peculiar.
Coming up, we'll be looking at the glue that holds all great game shows together, the hosts with the most.
Every call I make, I can hear him blanking in the background.
He brought the show alive.
So, £5 now.
Come on down!
Welcome back to We Love Game Shows, where we're turning our attention to the tough job of the game show host. Only apply if you're likeable, knowledgeable, and possess the most polished people skills.
When you're hosting a game show, you're always 2 items ahead of what's actually happening on the floor, so that you're never thinking about the score. You're never thinking about, OK, well, if you get the answer right, where do I then take you and where do I put you? I think with the best game show host, it's flawless, it's seamless. You could do it all in one take.
Music is the next question. You've got to keep it going. You've got to create the atmosphere. You've got to ask the questions. There's a lot of different things that are necessary.
Well, at least you're going to get a new dustbin to start the house off with when you get married, right?
The job of a game host is to be sort of like, I suppose, you're everybody's favourite uncle.
you've got to pitch it just right to appeal to all the demographics of the audience.
3, 2, 1, you're on.
Every great game show host needs a great catchphrase, and we've had a conveyor belt of them over the years. So let's see if our experts can match the catchphrase with the host.
Awooga.
Awooga!
Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer. That's all I can think of.
This is Bash the Bash.
Bash the Bash.
It's good, but it's not right.
It's good, but it's not right. Why am I doing someone's accent?
It's good, but it's not right.
It's Bruce Forsyth.
It's a very good guess, but it's not right.
Viewer, do you know?
It's good, but...
Oh, that's catchphrase with the Irish fella.
It's not right.
Is it Roy Walker?
Didn't they do well?
They do well.
Did they do well?
My hero. Didn't they do well? Bruce Forsyth, Sir Bruce Forsyth.
Didn't she do well? Yes!
An amazing man, and he is the man that I idolise.
Yes, there was one legendary host who cornered the market on catchphrases.
Nice to see you,
Sir Bruce Forsyth was the king of game shows, with a showbiz career spanning over 70 years. And it was back in 1958 that TV viewers had their first glimpse of Bruce in action.
So Bruce Forsyth was of that vintage pedigree of old-school variety hall, music hall entertainment.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Beat the Clock, and we have a return.
Beat the Clock? That was fabulous on a Sunday night. I'd look forward to. That was when I was very young.
Starting from now, up you go, 55 seconds.
Some brilliant brains thought in the middle of the big Sunday Nights of the Palladium show, we will have a sort of mini game show, Beat the Clock. And once the maestro got hold of it, Bruce really changed it and made it his own.
I've got enough trouble tonight without you, right?
Bruce was just amazing with people. He was so good with people, and he so enjoyed them. You know, he so enjoyed getting to know them and the relationship he had with them.
But it was another decade till the BBC came up with the ideal Forsyth format, a family-focused game show with elements of comedy and variety that brought out the best in Bruce.
Generation Game with Bruce Forsyth was it for me. I mean, that was everything.
I mean, have we really got research people on this show?
Brucey himself was just the right man for the right programme at the right time.
The French maid who's called Daphne and blind as a bat. Anyway.
Working with Bruce, you feel very safe because he loved it.
How's my handsome hunk today?
I'm very well, thank you, Rose.
As his sidekick, I just could relax into my role because if it all went horribly wrong, he'd pick up and carry on.
What I love about game shows, or any show, is if things go wrong. And I love things to go wrong, then I have to put them right.
Every day he came into rehearsals, he was there, ready to work, ready to create, ready to make things better than the day before.
He was just funny, he was entertaining, he was quick, he was warm and friendly. You felt like he was rooting for everybody, but at the same time, he could take the mick out of them as well, and it was always fun.
Phyllis, there's another Phyllis here.
All right then, jolly good.
I don't like being called Phyllis.
Oh, you
My
don't?
name's Phil with a Y.
Phil with a Y. All right, darling. Oh, a bit like that.
There's another bundle of trouble, right?
He had a great rapport with the punters, and he could tread that fine line between sort of teasing them. There was no comedy of cringe back then, of course, and still keeping it family entertainment and still keeping that warmth.
I like your mother!
He made you invest in the contestants. He had the special Brucey camera, which he gave his look to all the time.
ITV poached Brucey in 1978, and an unlikely new host slipped into his shoes. Veteran comedian Larry Grayson brought with him an entirely different approach to controlling the Generation Game chaos.
Shut that door.
People thought, well, who can follow Bruce? But that was a very clever idea because he was so utterly different. Larry took it and ran it his way and made it work very well.
Now let's turn to you, Larry.
No, John.
John.
I grew up on Larry. I mean, he kind of made me look like Bear Grylls.
I've got the wrong card.
The British public love a camp host. We do. We absolutely love a camp host, and he was the ultimate Larry Grayson, because no one knew about Larry Grayson. We just saw him as a really flamboyant character, and he was, and he brought the show alive. He gave it so much energy, and it was just kind of slapstick.
I said, by the way, I know your face ever so well.
The joke was that Bruce had Antia and Larry had Alison Clare, and they said Alison Clare was Bruce and Larry was Antia. Ada was virtually running it, and Larry, making fun of himself, I can't dance, I can't sing, so I'll dance and sing, was capering about. But in the difficult task of following Bruce, I think he proved to be a good choice.
The Generation Game ushered in a new era of family-friendly game shows, which dominated Saturday nights throughout the 80s. None more extravagant than the rambling 3-2-1, a curious combination of quiz, drama and cabaret.
Our new automated dusty bin, you see, he goes on his own now, so when the dustmen forget him, he can run up the road after them.
I loved shows like 3-2-1, Dusty Bin was my hero. My mind was officially blown as a 5-year-old. There was a bin which was moving around.
Well, I thought it was a very bizarre show because they had the sort of questions.
We want you please to name the presidents of the United States this century.
But interspersed with sketches. Where really hammy actors enact scenes. It just seemed a really odd juxtaposition.
Well, I can't stand around here talking all day.
Ringmaster of the 3-2-1 circus was former Butlins redcoat Ted Rogers, who had the tricky task of holding the whole thing together.
Again, and remember, it's 3-2-1, you're on.
He did this thing which you never saw it long enough to know what he was doing. Presumably 3-2-1. But very quick 3-2-1.
There we are, time's up. OK, fellas, would you like to come back to your ladies, please?
I say all hail and all power to Ted Rogers for being the man who had to keep everything simple, make sure that the people played the games properly, and also make it entertaining for the people at home. I mean, there was a lot going on in that particular show, and a lot of us watched it because Ted was great.
And apart from his finger-snapping trademark, Ted also had a nice line in male chauvinism.
I can't remember what age I was when I remember seeing the sumptuous secretaries, the 6 sumptuous secretaries.
I've got a great team to help me, and I want you to come along and meet them right now. They're my 6 sumptuous secretaries, so let's meet them. Girls, 3, 2, 1.
Sumptuously sexist, I might say. I mean, if that happened now, it wouldn't be 3-2-1, it would be #3MeToo1. It was just bizarre. How does that happen?
Dubious banter aside, 3-2-1 was built around Ted's mind-boggling riddles that were almost impossible to decipher.
Although a prize she thought she'd found, did he give her the runaround?
Those riddles were insane. Sometimes they didn't make any sense at all.
Although I'm slightly rusty, me motor's quite all right. I'm getting married in the morning. Should I stay out all night? And what could that mean?
What are you talking about, Ted Rogers? I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you going to leave the folks as a clue here?
Well, how about a piece of sandpaper?
Sandpaper?
Thinking caps on, folks. Here's one of 3-2-1's impossible riddles.
A piece of sandpaper. That's your clue, a piece of sandpaper. Here's the rhyme.
I, in going, am biased in favour.
A score +1 gives 3 to savour.
That's all there is to that.
Have you got that?
Exiting the face, not in the well, it beats me.
Let's have a look and see exactly what it is. I, in going, am biased in favour. Going, perhaps another holiday connection there. A score +1 gives 3 to savour. A score should be 20, +1 gives you 21. Well, how can 21 give you 3? Well, 21 days gives you 3 weeks, and you've been saving the delights of the country hidden in the first line of the rhyme there, the Gambia. Yes, it's a holiday.
What?
It's a holiday! From that clue to that!
Oh, Gambia.
But Ted and his dusty bin had a rival host in the suave, smooth-talking form of an actor who fronted an auction-style game show filmed in an exotic Far Eastern location.
And now, from Norwich,
it's the quiz of the week.
I love doing lots of different things. So when the executive producer from Anglia Television, Peter Joy, telephoned, and he said, would you like to do a quiz?
Thank you very much. Hello and welcome to the Sale of the Century.
I thought, I've never done a quiz. That's a nice idea.
next prize that meets the eye. Lift the doors of this smart-looking cabinet and we discover a 22-inch colour television set, plus a video recorder, and it's all been designed to give you high-quality home entertainment.
I remember Sale of the Century being on and Nicholas Parsons doing these amazing questions and giving away as offer these amazing prizes which were, for children, not great. But for an adult, the idea of a tease made, woo, hostess trolley, woo, all of that business, yeah, it was great.
So there are our three questions. They're breathing sighs to try and get their nerves under control as we pitch into the battle of the Sale of the Century.
I call on my theatrical experience, brilliant sense of drama.
We've got some lovely, very easy ones to start with, get you in the mood of the game.
I used to write the questions to begin with, so simple questions, to relax them.
What product's quality is measured by its octane level? Leslie?
Petrol.
Petrol octane rating. What is this statue called?
Wonderful, magnificent Nicholas Parsons. He just was Nicholas Parsons. He took it through. He's quite serious all the way through.
Daphne. With 148, she can go into the Sale of the Century, or she can go for the jackpot prize of the motor car. What will she do? What is your decision?
I'll go for the jackpot.
She's going for the jackpot.
He didn't have to sell it with his mad shouting that goes on these days and oversell.
And there it is. It's a pale yellow Mini.
I just loved him and virtually everything he's done ever since.
Congratulations! Oh, wonderful. Oh, I'm so delighted for you. Oh.
I didn't realise actually how successful it was. I mean, I was amazed. 22 million, I think, one night.
Well, we only have a few seconds left, so while Daphne gets into the motor car, I'll say goodbye. Hope you've enjoyed the show this week and say, I don't know which one we're on. Bye-bye from Carol Cowan. And our winner, there she is, Daphne Hudson.
And Anglia never told me we got these wonderful figures because maybe they thought that my agent might ask for more money or something, I don't know.
Over on the BBC in 1979, a titan of radio made his TV debut as a game show host. It was a match made in heaven.
Terry Wogan was always very, very at home. I mean, he just was never caught short of a word to say.
What about you, John?
I'm a telephone engineer.
You forgot there for a moment, didn't you?
He was always light-hearted, bright, generous.
Who won the toss before you came out, Mike and Audrey? You're going to give it to Audrey. That's very gentlemanly and no more than I'd expect from a fellow Irishman.
He has a very engaging personality, tremendous personal charm, and so he was able to chat to the people, made a nice rapport with them, and turned a very modest idea into a big success.
Blankety Blank fed into that great British carry-on humour of double entendre.
I think the post office really have put Busby on my telephone. Every call I make, I can hear him blanking in the background.
Every blank, in some way, shape or form, would be fruity or work on so many levels that they would go over the heads of the younger members of the audience watching at home.
Cheaping.
Cheaping, yes. He's a little bird, isn't he, Busby? Look at this. Look at the alert look of Roy Kinnear. He may have it right this time.
It's chirping.
Chirping. Do we give him a point for that?
Yes.
As well as being the perfect vehicle for its host, Blankety Blank gave the stars of the day the chance to shine. However outrageously they behaved.
I just want to hear you talk, because I don't catch the show in the morning, so...
And when Kenny Everett was on the panel, nothing was out of bounds.
Everett, twit.
Kenny was anarchic. You just didn't know what was coming next. He was quite literally mad.
Kenny was all like this all the time, and of course Terry, although he was on the ball and chatty, was really quite calm, got together. But Kenny was always winding him up.
And look at this silly mate. I mean, really. I mean, look at that.
gave Terry that silly microphone, that long, thin microphone, which looked silly in itself? It looked like an aerial, so Kenny decided to bend it, didn't he? But Terry carried on.
You're so strong.
It does.
This is going to come out of your fee, you realise that?
Well, I don't work for the BBC, so I can afford it.
You'd never think it from the way he dresses, would you?
After 4 triumphant years, Terry left the show in 1983 and Les Dawson ably took over. But the winds of change were blowing through Game Show Land, and in 2000 there was a new host in town, and she was taking no prisoners.
We just had never seen a presenting style like that before.
So, Marilyn, remind me what you do.
I'm a beauty therapist and shiatsu therapist.
You've not got round to working on yourself?
We launched the Queen of Mean.
Welcome back. 40 years ago, no game show worth its buzzer would be complete without a bevy of lovely ladies escorting the contestants, laughing at the host's jokes and parading the prizes.
And there they are, the fabulous prizes on offer in this week's Sale of the Century. And now it's
Vapid blondes, dolly dealers, always there with the prize. It was all like, give us a twirl.
If you were the only twirl in the world. Lovely. Oh, yeah.
You'd had the glamorous assistant who was sort of posing in front of a dinghy or something equally naff. That really was her job. She was just the lovely assistant.
Have fun inshore or on the river, and the cost would be £115. But take care, still waters can run deep.
It's so kitsch. I mean, how do you make something look really glamorous when it's just not glamorous? But they did it. They really did. It was very 80s.
And a very lovely and attractive lady featuring that pine spice just, the lovely Denise. Now then.
You know, those things wouldn't be acceptable now, but I don't think that we should, downcry them too much in those days, because that's what it was. That's what it was about.
But in 1982, a mild-mannered afternoon quiz with a charmingly low-tech title sequence was quietly flying the flag for gender equality.
Countdown, in fact, is about numbers as well as letters, and we figure we've got a pretty good figure ruling that part of the game. Meet our vital statistician, Carol Vorderman. She's a Cambridge graduate.
A demure-looking Carol Vorderman's television debut as the show's mathematical genius was a departure for game shows of the period.
In Sale of the Century, we'd have the car and a pretty girl draped over it. Now, she is just figurehead, she doesn't say anything. But someone like Carol Vorderman is supporting and contributing. She's part of the show.
What worked with Countdown was you had that role reversal between Richard Whiteley, who was fated for his sort of bumbling sort of style, but it was Carol who was firmly in control, it felt.
We shall be back again in January of 1966, so may we...
96, Richard.
The easy chemistry between Richard and Carol turned what was supposed to be a 7-week run into a 23-year on-screen love-in.
The rapport between those two, that was part of the appeal, a big appeal of Countdown.
They could have a giggle and then but still keep it together. It was very playful.
We've made it to the second week of the new century, I suppose, unscathed by anything, haven't we? Carol, we're still here.
It's Friday, isn't it?
No disasters. No, it's Monday today.
No, it's Friday, Richard.
It's not. It's Monday today. Oh, it's Friday today.
It's just a lovely, nice, safe little tea time quiz with a little studio audience, and it is just a lovely, warm feeling of this show has been going for, nearly 40 years. It's probably going to go for another 40 years.
Lots of lolly,
And current host Nick Ewer's delightfully flirtatious rapport with assistant Rachel Riley ensures Countdown's continuing success.
Stream-wise, Rachel. Interesting, like, in the 1960s, who would you think is
the most streamed. Can I help?
I don't know, Beatles, Elvis?
No, funnily enough, it's the Jackson 5. I Want You Back.
Oh, that was my college tune. Everyone took their top off.
But the real joy of Countdown is its play-along ability. Let's see who can crack one of Countdown's first ever conundrums.
Right, so make a word out of this.
L-I-G-H-T.
Light. Well, I've got... No.
There's not many. Lith is a short word, but it means something. Well, what is the major word?
Oh, highlight. Is it highlight?
Oh, yes. You see it immediately, don't you?
I got high.
As a new millennium dawned, it was the start of the next generation of game shows. After decades of courteous quizmasters and glamorous assistants, the time had come to turn the tables on the contestants with a cruel, mean-spirited host. And they had the perfect man for the job.
Welcome to The Weakest Link.
Whilst Carol Vorderman had done her bit to redress the gender balance on game shows, when Anne Robinson weighed in, she tipped it off the scales.
Let's meet the team.
My name's Andrew. I turned down The Weakest Link more times than any other offer I've had. I would not expose myself to Annie, with the best will in the world, in that sort of environment for all the money in the world. I don't know how punters did it.
So, Dennis, are you one of these ghastly old people who've gone into silly shirts?
Oh, yes, indeed.
And what were you before you were retired?
We just had never seen a presenting style like that before. The idea on quiz shows was to be very nice to the contestants.
To have a woman that is not on your side and is evil, even wearing black on TV is generally a no-no, and she was always in black. It kind of broke all the rules.
Do you think you might get more interesting as the course goes on?
There was just nothing spared. It was just full onslaught.
Are you from Birmingham?
Originally, yes, Anne.
Oh. Has that been a big drawback for you?
She got crueler, actually, the longer it went on, and actually very unkind. But somehow, she got away with it.
And you have to do the routes for the lorry drivers?
That's right, yes, Anne.
Why can't they do their own routes?
Because I have to adhere to driving hours.
You have to adhere to what?
Driving hours.
Driving hours?
That's right,
Is that
Anne.
how you talk at home?
It is, yes.
You kind of went, what did she say?
Dennis, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
She had this sort of like growl, and she'd say, "You are the weakest link," and she was so horrible to people.
My name's Marilyn, and I'm a bit lumpy and ugly. What can you do to counsel me?
Well, I'd probably try to get you to look at your better points and not focus on the lumpy bits.
Oh, have you got any better points?
And attempting to face down Miss Robinson was every bit as terrifying as it looked.
It's very intimidating. When I guested on the celebrity version, I was amazed she didn't come and talk to us. It was presumably a calculated decision on her part. She did not talk to the players beforehand, and so she just went out there and she was quite aggressive.
Nicholas, yes. I understand you're a former president of the Lord Taverners Club.
Lord's Taverners, yes, the charity, yes.
Does that not involve general knowledge of any sort?
Yes, and in fact I've written thousands of general knowledge questions.
Yes.
But this is the most...
None of this knowledge on show?
No, well, it was a very inhibiting situation, and when you have a very...
Let me cut you short, that statistically you were the worst player, and with 7 votes you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Anne's reputation as the Queen of Mean even spread across the pond, where she took America to task on 3 series for NBC.
She's one of the few people, actually, who's crossed that divide, you know. You remember the big posters up in Times Square? I mean, she was everywhere, coast to coast in America. She was huge.
We have the car. We have the star.
There's also an element of high noon about it. The Americans love a good old cowboy fight. It's she's standing there, surrounded, isn't she? And she's picking them off, one by one.
And if you fail, I will tell the whole world you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Coming up, we get physical.
For me, it was a really good chance for young girls in particular to see girls kind of out there doing it. You couldn't just look good, you had to be good.
And the governess takes on the Krypton factor.
I'm going to regret this.
Welcome back to We Love Game Shows. Time to limber up and stretch those muscles as things are about to get physical. In 1977, ITV launched an ambitious new game show like nothing we had seen before.
To this day, if something's really hard, I'll still say, oh my God, it's like the Krypton Factor. Can't do it.
Krypton Factor is all about finding a Superman or Superwoman, because Krypton is the planet that Superman came from. And to achieve that status, you have to undergo a range of tests, a mental agility test.
5 days before December the 2nd.
November the 27th.
A puzzle in the studio. Hand-eye coordination, where you land an aircraft simulator.
And she's done. Yes, she is done. May not be on the runway, but she's done safely.
And a general knowledge test at the end.
A rheostat varies what in an electrical circuit, Liz?
Current.
No, resistance.
I always felt a little bit thick when I watched the Krypton Factor.
We were a pretty tough show. We were television's toughest quiz. That was the tagline.
It was all so difficult.
They were all testing challenges and entertaining telly. But the round we all remember is physical ability.
We built it with the help of the Army, so it was a really tough Army assault course. It really challenged individuals for their fitness.
You would not get away with that in television these days. I'm sure there was somebody who bled one night in front of our very eyes. They would just never allow that on TV now.
And of course he cracked his head on the top of the concrete tunnel. And it opened his head and the blood flowed, but he wouldn't stop. He went all the way to the finish. Couldn't see at the end. If you watch later editions of Krypton Factor, it's all foam rubber around the outside of obstacles like that, so that you can't do it again.
I'll never forget one episode where the woman broke her foot as she came down one of the obstacles, and she continued all the way through and finished the entire assault course. Anyone else would have given up immediately.
I'm Judy Stafford, a district nursing sister from Lincoln.
I love the Krypton Factor. I watched it all the time, but the assault course was the thing I really wanted to do.
Major Tony Carr starts round 4. Judith Stafford from Lincoln nearest to us, and Liz Vasey makes a mistake.
Judy was clearly pretty hardcore. A couple of years earlier, she completed the London Marathon after fracturing her leg just a few miles in.
I got a stress fracture and broke my leg. Carried on running because all the family had come to watch, and it did hurt less running than walking. It was a decent time, really. It was under 4 hours.
Judith Stafford, who comes onto the platform with a nasty jump here. You've got to actually jump out and down onto a second platform, which she does quite nicely.
You had to jump down a 6-foot drop. My ankle seemed to turn over. That's how I remember it.
I'm wondering if she's injured. She's wincing a bit. I don't know whether she's actually twisted an ankle, strained an ankle.
And then my leg really hurt. Never occurred to me to stop. In my mind, you just had to get to the end. So I used my arms and didn't use that leg at all. Used my arms to pull me through. And obviously my good leg. Did it hurt? It hurt when I did it. And it hurt when I finished, when I was just crawling over the line.
But I think she's going to make it. She gets to her feet, but it's so painful. And this is a very brave attempt as she comes across the line for 4 points. Edith finishing with a desperate limp and looking in great pain. And you will also have noticed that throughout this programme, she's had her leg in plaster.
I'm glad I did finish the assault course, because that's what I wanted to do. If I hadn't have finished it, I would now be regretting it. So I don't regret anything about it.
For me, it was the intelligence rounds that always got me.
In Judy's episode, her mental agility round involved mind-melting time calculations. Let's see how she'd fare against one of today's brightest brains on the box. Bring on the chaser.
2 hours 30 before 9 o'clock.
6:30.
8:30.
Wrong. Days between Wednesday and Sunday.
Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 3 days between them.
3.
3/4 of an hour after 7:25.
That's 8:10.
8:10.
4 days before October the 4th.
September the 30th.
30th September.
10 months after November.
12 months would be
August.
Wrong.
Yeah.
They were mind-blowing. And at points I thought they were so stupidly difficult, I just wanted to switch over, but it was just gripping television.
It was very visual. If you didn't like one run, there was another one coming along quite quickly. And that must have been what it did. And if it wasn't that, then it had to be the charm and charisma of the presenter, don't you think?
For 15 years, the Krypton Factor Assault Course was the pinnacle of telly toughness. But in 1992, this show exploded onto our screens, introducing us to the arena-filling, lycra-stretching, merchandise-selling Gladiators.
Gladiators was kind of staple diet for Saturday night telly. It's basically a load of contestants, regular people, who went to the gym, did a bit of marathon running, bit of jogging, bit of fitness, a bit of training, and they went up against these huge monstrosities of human beings, and they would just literally beat the crap out of the public for our entertainment.
Hunter, 1-2 to the helmet, 1 to the body. Oh, and Chris is out of there. Hitman Hunter.
Well, it's David versus Goliath. We've got someone from the public who's very fit going against what's kind of a superhero type of character that they created for us.
For most of the 90s, when it got to 6:15 on a Saturday, families would have to eat their tea on their laps. At its height, 14 million tuned in to see their favourite gladiators beat up a load of willing contenders.
Contender ready!
And we had the Scottish referee, didn't we? Contenders ready is what everyone would do at school as well. So at a sports day or any activity at school, someone would always pipe up, contenders ready! Detention.
Originally, the idea came from the film Running Man. And this guy was watching it in America at like 2 in the morning, and he was just watching this Arnold Schwarzenegger film and going against these kind of superhero characters with different powers, and he thought, oh, actually maybe we could do something with that. And then he started in a very kind of low budget level in America, and then obviously it escalated to a worldwide show.
I didn't know that.
Every day's a school day.
You just walked in there and the noise, I mean, it was like going to a massive sporting event. And it's the first time, I think, that entertainment had done that. So it was a really groundbreaking show, I think.
By year 4, it was madness. We'd had security guards everywhere because the kids would try and break into the hotel and they'd all be jumping on the bus as we were outside. But we had a bus. This was bizarre, wasn't it? We had a bus that took us about 300 metres and it took about half an hour.
I loved Gladiators. I remember going to see them live. That's how much I love Gladiators. My mum got us tickets. I remember that was just so great, watching the Travelator and, the Gauntlet and all the different games that the gladiators would play, and seeing the Wolfman run up and down, being mean to everybody. It's brilliant.
Let's check the Wolf stats. He's certainly no sheep in Wolf's clothing.
Mike Van Wyck is his real name, and he came and he sat next to me in the room and went, I don't know, Jet is it? I said, yeah, Mike, Wolf. And he said, I don't want to be a baddie. I want to be the lover. The lover? He was by far the eldest of the whole of the group. And all these hot young guys coming through, I want to be known as the lover, and I want to be the handsome one. And I said, you know what? You stay as the baddie. I said, you'll be surprised at how popular that, and it was absolutely true. We like a good baddie.
All the Wolf stuff was often, he'd say to somebody, right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to punch you, I'm going to push you, But sometimes he would just go off on one, he'd be Wolf, he was Wolf when he was out there. And I remember getting to the top of the pyramid, he just pushed somebody from the top, backwards. And this guy just went rolling down, and the next thing I was trying to punch Wolf in the face, and literally we were all jumping on it. It was a genuine fight. And, the thing is, he got a bit overly wolfed sometimes, a bit wolfed up. Is that a phrase?
I'll buy it.
Okay.
I don't know what you had in you, but you were just going for it.
Well, he's getting too old now, isn't he? Oh, Regan goading him just that little bit too much.
In the 90s, the gladiators were superstars, and everyone had their personal favourite.
My favourite gladiator was probably Shadow.
Scorpio, because I'm a Scorpio.
Jet's the best, and not many would argue with that.
I think everyone's favourite was Jet, right?
In fact, there's only ever one real certainty in Hang Tough. When Jet's around, oh, it's scissors and cuts it.
The girls were all a bit jealous of Jet, weren't they? But you know, the thing is, I mean, she won't say it, but she got more fan mail than all the other girls put together, and it's just one of those things that the people took to her.
Jet used to always flick her hair back, didn't she?
Former national gymnast squad member with those looks and those stats, she's Gladiator's very own Wonder Woman.
The hair flick was when Ulrika goes, "So, Jet, what was it like for you?" And you're like that. Well, and it's stuck because of all the sweat. So eventually I would just go do that and trying to get it out of the way. And my hair was, probably don't have to choreograph it quite as much as I do today, but it would fluff.
As a young woman growing up, I definitely think the female gladiators, for me personally, had a huge effect. These beautiful women that was just so attractive but yet strong and could really kick your ass.
For me, it was a really good chance for young girls in particular to see girls kind of out there doing it, doing something functional, doing something where you couldn't just look good, you had to be good. And so for me, I'm really proud of what that meant for young women at the time as well.
You know, how many women come to you now and say, "You inspired me to exercise"? Happens all the time, doesn't it?
Poses and pumps up the travelator. Oh, he's losing it. He's lost it. He's blown it. Here comes Brian.
Gladiators is epic. You know, just the travelator. Could you do it? I think I could do it. In my mind, I could do it.
Growing up as a kid, the talk in the playground was, "Oh, I could do the travelator." "No, you couldn't." "Oh, yeah, I could," after I've smashed up Wolf and Rhino and all these other gladiators. I think that show was fantastic.
Well, it's pretty clear we love an assault course. So after the mud of an army barracks in Ramsbottom and a glitzy arena show in Birmingham, where next?
If you can picture the scene, so we're in a big, massive muddy field about an hour outside of Buenos Aires. And there are these kind of floppy inflatable things just lying around, and there's a whole load of Argentinian crew. And we start the first qualifier, and there's one contestant. It's a massive field. You can hear a sheep or a cow, my voice, and the panting of this contestant. And that was it. So we're all stood around going, "This is going to be terrible. This is going to be the worst show in history."
Total Wipeout was just extraordinary, wasn't it?
Wasn't it brilliant?
The magic was the brilliant casting of the contestants, then the bits that we did at the side of the course, and then the edit, which was the splash and the plop and the music.
Yes!
That all came together. We used to call it the cleverest stupid show on television.
I have had several friends that did the celebrity version of it. They all got injured. I mean, it was absolute carnage.
Well, I don't know who did the risk assessment on those shows, but not for any money in the world would I ever take part in something like that. I'd still be in traction now.
But as a viewer, oh, it was brilliant.
Elvira also feels the wrath of the sucker punch.
Health and safety on Total Wipeout was taken very seriously. There were always 2 ambulances on set just in case anything happened. The biggest injuries, honestly, were broken and bruised egos.
You want people to succeed, but then we are a little bit sick because equally, if somebody's a bit too confident, fall. You're shouting, fall in.
I am the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be!
On to the sucker punch. Now it's a kiss.
It was a lot of people to get to the end and go, "How are you feeling?" And every single one of them, maybe bar 1 or 2, would go, "Oh my God, I think I'm going to miss that again. It was so hard." And I'm just standing there going, "Really? Do you think? Did I not tell you that before you went? This is brilliant. I'm going to be the best. I'm going to win."
Well, I can remember when I think of Total Wipeout as 4 red balls. Would I be right?
Yes, all the best game shows have an iconic centrepiece. Countdown has a clock, Mastermind has a chair, and Total Wipeout has big red balls.
It was just pure joy to watch it because no ball crossing was ever the same. And we used to tell all the contestants before they went on, the best way to conquer the big red balls is just to go for it. That wasn't necessarily true.
But one woman defied that advice to create the iconic Total Wipeout moment. With the shift in music and Richard Hammond's narration, what was normally knockabout slapstick silliness became tense drama.
Oh, she's on to the second. And she's... Oh, she's on. Oh, this is getting tricky now. The pressure must be unbelievable. Oh, this is amazing. Jo is our first contestant to get this far. Come on, Jo. Oh, I can't believe this. She's actually on the fourth ball. She's on the fourth ball. Yes!
That moment, it was pure joy because everyone on set, none of us had seen that ball crossing before. Everybody started talking about big red balls and how to cross them. People were literally doing these graphs as to how they could cross the big red balls. They'd come to Argentina and say, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I've got it down. I'm going to take it like that, and then I'm going to go flat on that one. So we had all these theories about how to cross the big red balls the best way. There's absolutely no amount of prep you can do for the big red balls. There is no other way but to take it ball by ball. Didn't think I'd ever say that, but ball by ball.
Of course, game shows would be nothing without contestants. And after the break, we'll be looking back at some of the best. And worst.
Name a place where you wouldn't expect to meet a nun. Janet.
A brothel.
Welcome back. It's time to turn the spotlight on the contestants now, the backbone of every game show. We love it when they get excited. We love it when they get carried away. But most of all, we love it when they get the answers ludicrously wrong. And when it comes to ridiculous responses, one game show is head and shoulders above the rest.
We asked 100 people to name a place where you wouldn't expect to meet a nun. Janet.
A brothel.
There's a touch of the end of the Piers show about family fortunes, isn't there? There's a touch of the saucy postcard. And everyone loves that, don't they?
A game you can play in bed. Steve.
I Spy.
Family Fortunes is really simple.
Name a famous Arthur. Kenny.
Shakespeare.
Arthur Shakespeare.
We surveyed 100 people. What do you think they said?
We asked 100 people to name something associated with the X-Files. We could show you an episode of it now while we're waiting for your answer. What are you looking to out for? You can't answer. You're playing against us. Oh, Mel!
Television!
A couple of great things about Family Fortunes. The catchphrase.
You said. A hair, our survey said.
You said. Our survey said. And then that great sound effect.
Isn't there, Alan? Fancy that?
It's the scariest moment ever when you're stood face to face with the other person on Family Fortunes and like it's you against the other team.
We asked 100 people to name a game you could play in the bath.
You basically have this like chat before and you go, no matter what, hit the buzzer first. And then when you do it and then it happens and you go, I don't know what I'm going to say.
Annette.
So then you just come out with any gobbledygook.
Scuba diving.
There's always a red herring in every game show. And pressing the buzzer first is the Family Fortunes red herring because you don't have to do it.
We asked 100 people to name another word for married. Marisa.
You should wait for them to press the buzzer. They'll give out a silly answer.
Together.
Together. We want to be together.
More often than not, it's not going to be the top answer, but you've had at least an extra 20, 30 seconds to think about what could possibly be the top answer.
No, it isn't there, Paul.
Wed.
And then you'll get control of the game.
Wed. It's there, so you have control. Check with your family.
Let's see how these two cope with a couple of those fiendish Family Fortunes questions.
We asked 100 people to name something you wouldn't try even once.
No, people do that.
Matthew.
I don't know.
Sex on a train.
Get run over. It's the biggest answer.
We asked 100 people to name something people have more than two of on their body.
Eyes. I was trying to avoid saying something rude, and instead I said something stupid. So that's good.
Proof that it's not as easy as you might think. And whilst Family Fortunes provided us with some priceless contestants, another ramped-up American import pushed its players into a frenzy.
If I could go on any game show that ever existed, it would probably be The Price is Right.
Wendy Partridge, come on down!
Simply because the energy and the sheer manicness of the audience members, who you'd never think anyone could be that excited once their name was called out.
Russell Everett, come on down! You are our next contestant on The Price is Right.
I loved it. It was such fun. And the idea of all those people running down from the audience, come on down. It was just so un-English.
Derek, what do you think?
Guessing the prices of stuff, you're always going to scream and shout the answer out.
OK, then.
The audience were fever-pitched as soon as it started. But we never used to see that sort of interaction with the audience before that. They were always tittering behind the camera.
Wendy, what do you think?
68.
68 pounds, says Wendy.
It's all about white goods, stuff you see on a day-to-day basis. How much is this food blender? And if you can guess closer to the actual amount than the person stood next to you, then you get control of the game.
The price we're looking for is £84. Wendy!
It went to, 40 different countries? It was literally worldwide. And it was so simple.
First broadcast in the States in 1956, The Price is Right showed up on our shores in 1984, where it coaxed us out of our brittle British shells.
Now then, which are you going to choose first?
It was such an American show, and it brought out, all the extrovert sort of personalities of the British that is usually very well hidden.
There was one particular woman called Norma, and she was nothing short of frenzied.
She was absolutely wired.
If you could bottle Norma's enthusiasm, it would be worth more than oil.
Time to see if our contestants can contain their excitement when I say, Vernon Kay, come on down.
OK.
Let's see what they could win.
A barbecue, a tumble dryer, a music centre and an ice cream maker.
We have 4 prices and 4 prizes. We want you to match the price to the prize.
OK, right. So wait, first of all, we're in the 80s, so I have to rewind in time. Second of all, who has an ice cream maker? Amazing!
I would say that the ice cream maker is £78.
Is the barbecue more expensive than the sound system?
The barbecue is £139.
Oh, that's so hard.
The washing machine is £150.
No, the barbecue is more expensive than the sound system.
And the stereo is £195.
OK, Leslie, is this correct?
How did I do?
Please say I've got it right.
Oh!
What? You're kidding me.
And here's what those luxury items were worth.
There are no game shows on at the moment where you can win an ice cream maker, a stereo, a washing machine or a barbecue. I think that's what telly is missing.
The Price is Right was built around the prizes, but in the wonderful world of game shows, it's not always about winning.
Sorry to lose you, Andy. Very sorry. Thank you for taking part. You do, however, carry off another one of those splendid mementos of the game, the old blankety-blank checkbook and the blankety-blank pen. Thank you for taking part. Thank you.
I could never understand why the checkbook and pen was the consolation prize, because the winners didn't get it.
I think most people wanted that rather than the very cheap prizes that were on there. It was much more fun to get the runner-up prize of a checkbook or pen.
Okay, you didn't win our head-to-head contest.
Singing, you
it's
see.
hard to think in these circumstances, particularly when you're surrounded by Egypts.
Sometimes I think with programmes like that, it wasn't really about what you were winning. You weren't going up for big prizes. But just the fact that it was such fun to take part in.
While some shows were just about having fun, one Olympic hopeful needed to win some serious money. To help fund his Olympic bobsleigh ambitions, Toby Alubi began applying to game shows and eventually found himself in the dream factory itself. Deal or No Deal.
The first round was probably one of the worst rounds in the history of Deal or No Deal.
Oh.
My first offer was, I think £500 was my first offer.
£500, deal or no deal?
That was not getting me next to anywhere near my Olympic dream at all.
No deal.
After a shaky start, Toby's luck started to change. Finally, on the homeward straight, only the banker could get in the way of Toby's game show fundraising.
The banker is not on your side.
Says your glum face is starting to bore him.
I think the banker is very much trying to get some sort of drama out of you, and I just had, like, resting B-word face.
You're now at 12,000. Deal or no deal?
As soon as I hit an amount that I was like, that's enough for me, I was not even going to try to be greedy. I was just going to go home. Thank you, Mr. Banker. Deal.
Toby, I'm so delighted for you.
Toby's handsome winnings helped him realise his goal of competing in the 2018 Winter Olympics. But if you're not having a lucky night, some big prize game shows just love to rub your nose in it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the new Chevette car. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Oh, dear, dear, dear.
What I love the most about what Ted Rogers used to do was when they said, OK, we think this one is Dusty Bin.
Are we in the money? Are we lucky? Let's see.
So he'd say, OK, so you're eliminating this one. And then he'd explain the clue. And then he'd say, it is...
Tonight's star prize, the Vauxhall Nova.
And you go, so that's what you can't have. How do you feel?
Oh, dear. Now how do you feel?
Oh, my God, how cruel was that?
Oh, dear, what a shame.
But when it comes to utterly inappropriate prizes, you can't beat a bit of bully.
Bullseye. You know the game by now. It's about darts and general knowledge, and it's about winning some super prizes at the end of the day.
Bullseye was hosted by a northern comic called Jim Bowen.
Nice to have you both with us. Onto the brain bench, Clive, and John, onto the darts bench. Smashing. Nice to have you with
You
us.
have two teams of a pair of contestants. One is the darts player.
Just the one dart. When you're ready, John.
Use that term loosely. It was obviously, you know, they go down the pub on a Friday and Saturday night, throw a few darts at a dartboard, and they think they're a professional darts player. And the other contestant was supposed to be the egghead.
Who had a many-coloured coat, about which an amazingly popular stage show has now been made?
Joseph.
Joseph, lovely. Smart, right. Good start.
But the best thing about Bullseye was what was up for grabs.
The prizes were proper 80s prizes. I mean, famously, you know, there was a speedboat. Everyone thought it was great that they had this bright, very highly polished speedboat that they could have won. But looking back, we're like, who'd want a speedboat? You know, where are you going to use a speedboat?
You can't even park your car anywhere. Where's the boat gonna go? Oh, well.
Bizarre.
Some prizes might not be entirely practical, but one game show's jackpot was so appealing, it led to an attempted crime. When Charles Ingram sat in the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire hot seat in 2001, alarm bells started to ring for Paul Smith, the head of Millionaires production company.
I always had a phone call from Paul if there was a £1 million winner, or there was a big winner, or there was something newsworthy, or something he felt I should know. He rang me and said, we've got a winner. We've got a £1 million winner. And I said, oh, you don't sound very excited by that. And he said, no. And I said, OK, what's going on?
Paul thought that an audience member was guiding Ingram to the correct answers by a series of coughs.
And he said, I'm absolutely convinced, we're all convinced, that he didn't win it properly, that there's something was going on.
When the coughing is amplified, it becomes chillingly clear that a shifty-looking Ingram is acting on that signal.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go for Holbein.
I thought, oh my God, there's all this crazy coughing going on. The fact that it was coming from his wife and the fact that it was also coming from someone who he'd only just met on Contestant Row. I mean, why? How?
My memory of Major Ingram was that, you know, I watched it, I didn't notice anything at all. And yet when you watch the incriminating footage back, you think to yourself, how obvious.
He took the most extraordinary length of time hovering around all four options when Chris asked the question.
And the more you watched it, the more you thought there's something very strange here. And he was so strange.
Where are we? Don't worry, I'm talking to myself as we go. That's fine. Right.
Chris had said, even before the studio, he didn't seem to know anything. He didn't even know the entry-level answer. He didn't know even the basics of anything. He didn't seem to know the answer to anything.
The £1 million question, I mean, picture it, the Jeopardy. If you get it wrong, you go from £500,000 all the way down to £32,000. There's a lot at stake here, OK?
Watched by his distraught-looking wife, at the almost unbearably tense final round, Ingram's deceit is complete.
You no longer have that. You just won £1 million!
The Ingram's joy was short-lived, as the programme makers were determined to expose evidence of cheating.
I said, I'm going to call Scotland Yard. They said, yeah, they'd come and meet us there, and we'd view the whole tape. We got to the end of viewing it, and Scotland Yard said, yes, we agree with you. And then it just moved into a police investigation.
The Ingrams and their coughing accomplice, astonishingly revealed to be a fellow contestant, were handed suspended jail sentences and heavy fines for what the judge referred to as a shabby schoolboy trick.
It is extraordinary looking back now that somebody trying to cheat on a game show would be national news. And actually, it was on the evening news, it was in all the papers, but it was also what everyone was talking about.
Many houses were divided by those that thought, well, imagine strapping a parent like that in front of millions of people and trying to pull off a heist, essentially, in front of everybody's eyes on national television, and those clearly who would follow their moral compass elsewhere and go, well, it's absolutely shocking behaviour.
Stay with us as we put the Chase's governess back in the mastermind hot seat.
It's name, occupation, specialist subject. Right, go.
Welcome back. Time to get serious now as we look at one of the toughest quizzes on the box.
It's that chair that you're in being grilled with spotlights on you and all alone, and you've got to do it against the clock. There are no clues. I mean, it is pure knowledge.
It looked to the viewer absolutely terrifying. But from one's own point of view, sitting in the chair, the lights go down. You can't see anything. You can't see the audience. All you can see at the end of this tunnel of light is this nice, friendly, smiling man, Magnus, whom you've already met and chatted with previously, and he's about to spend 2 minutes letting you talk about something that really interests you.
Ms. Secretary, you have 2 minutes on the life and works of Lawrence Hart, starting... Now, what was the name of the club under whose auspices Rogers and Hart first worked together?
The Akron Club.
Correct.
Do you know what's terrifying about the chair in Mastermind is the fact that it doesn't swivel. Now, I don't know why I thought, having watched the show for so many years, it doesn't turn. So you're kind of bolt upright. You think you're going to be kind of loose just answering a few questions and maybe turn a little, but no, you're sat like that. So it's like an interrogation.
Which was exactly the point. The format was devised by former RAF gunner Bill Wright, who was interrogated during World War II.
Instead of name, rank and number, it's name, occupation, specialist subject, right, go.
To which 19th century German poet did Hart jocularly claim to be related?
Heine.
Correct.
So the incentive to win was simply glory, without any prize money whatsoever.
Mastermind is now in its 5th decade. It's proved so popular that soon after John Humphreys took over the role of interrogator in 2002, a celebrity version was launched. And to date, over 500 famous faces have risen to the challenge, with varying degrees of success. Step forward, Towie's Lydia Bright, who after scoring 6 on her specialist subject of Sex and the City, attempted to boost her points in the general knowledge round. But can our guests do any better than her?
The people of a city took in a wooden horse left for them by the besieging Greek army. Which city?
Troy.
Athens.
Troy. Which sea, part of the Atlantic, separates the east coast of Britain from Norway?
North Sea?
Got no idea.
The Pacific.
The North Sea.
What? Yeah, but...
In Rossini's opera, Figaro is a barber in which Spanish city?
Oh, no idea. Venice?
Seville?
Go on. Spanish city. Any Spanish city?
Madrid.
No.
No.
Seville.
There you go.
Celebs do love a game show, and in recent years they've been queuing up to appear on mega daytime hits like Pointless and The Chase.
Face the chaser. Hi, Anne.
Hello, Eamon.
I think The Chase makes you as a contestant realise how stupid you are, you know, because you realise these great gods up here, the chasers, they know everything. They know you've really got no chance. It's like playing a machine. And yet you think, maybe they'll have an off day today. Unfortunately, Anne didn't have an off day on my day.
If the chaser's got this right, we are out and the 60 grand is gone. The chaser has put... Oh, I'm so sorry. Goes with...
Face of a news leader, heart of a lion.
That's me.
Brain of a weather girl.
Thank you very much.
A lot of people say, oh, you know, isn't it awful of it? You've just cost a charity £60,000. I'm like, this is my job. This is what I've been asked to do. If they want that money, they need to beat me.
Other people have made the error of thinking I was going to chicken out in the past.
Yes.
I've usually been facing them across a dispatch box, but this ladder feels a bit safer.
Oh, does it? I don't have a fear of heights.
But I'm down the bottom, so I don't need to fear the height, do I?
No. Unless I roll down and land on you.
Have we finished, girls? Can I butt in for I've got a television show to
Well,
make.
if you must, yes.
I'm so
Carry
very
on.
sorry. A formidable pair we have here. It's like being in the staff room at Hogwarts.
Really, the secret weapon is 2 words, Bradley Walsh.
Bradley is amazing. Bradley is my absolute hero. I think he's fabulous, and he's just so engaging and so warm, and he does put you at ease. You know, he wants you to succeed.
Bradley Walsh is just essential to The Chase because the interesting thing is he can do the serious stuff, but he's got the patter.
In what sport does Fanny Schmeller compete for Germany?
Knowing him personally, I know he creases up, he laughs at certain things. Some people would do that and you think, oh, that's just false. Some people would do that and you think that is unprofessional. But you just know he's like a kid at the back of the class or in church or somewhere where he shouldn't be laughing. He knows he shouldn't be laughing, but he just can't help himself.
Swimming, it doesn't really have a ring for me like Fanny Schmeller. So I just thought it goes with show jumping.
It wells up inside him. It's like wind trying to get out. He bites his lip and he tries, he does his best to think, well, I'm messing about, the producer and the director will not be happy with me here. I've done this a couple of times today. So you can see him trying to bite his lip and think they'll edit this bit out, but then he just gives in to himself. He can't help it, and he is brilliant.
No.
Yes. I think one of the big appeals of The Chase is simply that people enjoy answering lots of questions. We have something like 150 questions per show. That's considerably more than Pointless.
Yes, The Chase and Pointless have been locked in a tea-time ratings battle now for the best part of a decade.
I really like Pointless. I think it's a great show.
We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many countries higher than the UK.
One of the key elements to Pointless, and people shouldn't underestimate this, is the power of a graphic or gimmick, or in their case, a noise.
Let's see how many of our 100 people said Japan. It's right. Not bad at all, 14.
It's always interesting kind of seeing that counter go down and seeing how low you're going to get.
It coming down, and you do sit there going, oh, am I right? How have we done? And you get, and then when it stops, it's very clever because it is quite exciting. One does get a little twinge of excitement, especially when it keeps going.
Being a contestant on Pointless was a lot harder than it looks. When you're at home and you're in your own environment, you hear these questions being asked, you can answer them like that. I swear, that's what everybody does. Put yourself in that studio scenario and it becomes a completely different kettle of fish.
That's a good answer. Down goes 13. Very well done indeed, Richard. What a great start to the show.
I went on to Pointless with Kate Garraway, both of us Pointless celebrities. It's kind of what we've carved a career out of over the years.
I don't know what Richard Arnold told you, but it was definitely me that won us Pointless.
OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said Ethiopia. It's right. It's right. If this goes all the way down to 0, we'll add another 250 quid to the jackpot. Down it goes. It's another Pointless answer. That's wonderful.
We won a piece of Perspex.
You have won our coveted Pointless trophy, so very, very well done.
And I don't think I have ever brought anything home since my certificate for passing my cycling proficiency test in the 70s. So, yeah, my parents were over the moon.
I actually think it's great that we have these two really good quiz shows on at virtually the same time and up against each other. I always say, you know, Britain was in recession for so long because everyone was leaving work early so they could watch either one or other of these shows.
Anne has now graduated to the heady heights of quiz host.
Welcome to Britain's Brightest Family. I'm the governess, Anne Hegarty, and I'm in control. I usually am, of course, when it comes to quizzing, and this is no exception. I'm absolutely loving hosting Britain's Brightest Family. I mean, it's huge fun. These notes and letters spell out the title of which opera? Claire nominates Uncle Paul.
Carmen.
Very well done. Yeah, good nominating there. I have spent 8 years watching Bradley Walsh. I have learnt from the best. I know how to do it.
But other shows have also managed huge success in the afternoon schedules, most notably Deal or No Deal, which ran for 11 years on Channel 4. Not bad for a show which was criticised by many for just being about randomly opening boxes.
Deal or No Deal is the worst game show in the history of game shows because it's just a random stroke of luck that you happen to have some cash in a box.
I think Deal or No Deal is a deceptively simple show, but it's a really clever show. And actually, it tests people psychologically around decision making.
It just makes you wrestle with your levels of greed / your attitude towards money, you know, and all of those things that come with making a decision whether to take the deal or not take the deal.
Yes, you could say it's just a bunch of boxes being opened, but the drama behind that and the process of deciding what you're going to do and the regrets in doing that and the joy of doing that.
You know, it's really interesting to see how people assess risk, because that's ultimately what it is.
But the beauty of it is Noel Edmonds.
Noel was amazing in Deal or No Deal.
We all know the key thing for the player here is to do the right deal at the right time. The key thing for the banker there is to give the right offer at the right time.
It wouldn't be as successful as it was if it wasn't for Noel Edmonds, because he plays on people's emotions. He plays on whether someone's got a sick auntie and someone will pipe up, oh, do this for Maureen, love. And he'd be like, yeah, tell me about Maureen. And then everyone's like in floods of tears because Maureen's broke a leg and she can't afford treatment or this kind of stuff.
Here's a guy called Ollie giving it a go 2 years before he went on another show called X Factor.
£22,000.
His was a game that perfectly encapsulated the excitement and cruelty of the format.
Deal or no deal?
I'd take that if I were you.
No deal.
Told you.
Did the bad luck go on forever? Yeah. Unbelievable.
But for another set of contestants, a chance meeting on this show led to a big win for them both.
I used to love the show. Me and my mum and dad, we used to watch it when I was younger. Yeah, really enjoyed it. In fact, it's probably one of the only shows that actually made my dad stop gambling because he realised the odds were so crap.
Life for a Deal or No Deal contestant meant living with the rest of the players whilst waiting for your turn on the show.
Most mornings we all had a hangover. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was great because they'd put money behind the bar to get you all to mix and to integrate with everyone, and there's always new people turning up every day, so you've got to try and make them feel welcome, get them into the group. I first saw Lynn in the green room. I'd finished filming a show because I was on slightly before her, started a few days before you, didn't I? We started drinking and having a chat.
We were drawn together, weren't we?
Yeah, we just sort of got on.
Back in the studio, Graham was first to play the game.
When it got to me to open my box, I did mention that, Graham, I hope it's a blue, which is a low number, because you're one of the nicest men I've ever met before in my life. At which point Noel went, whoa, 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 what's going on here?
Yeah.
Didn't he? So he kind of made a big deal
also,
about the chemistry between Graham and I.
All the production crew knew I fancied you. I told them all. You and the other one didn't know at that point.
I didn't have a clue.
4 years after that chance meeting in Bristol, and with over £55,000 won between them, Graham and Lynn were walking down the aisle.
They call it the Dream Factory, and I think everybody associates that with what kind of money they're going to win and what they're going to come away with it and what they're going to buy with the winnings. But it has really been a dream factory for you and I, because we met one another and life goes on after the show, and now life goes on together.
Totally, yeah.
Originating in Holland, the format has been staggeringly successful. To date, 82 territories have produced their own versions of the show, some more glitzy than others. The Americans are not interested in boring red boxes. They employ glamorous models to open briefcases instead. I wonder whatever happened to her. Oh, yeah. Coming up in our final part, we'll be getting down with the kids as we remember some real after-school classics.
Nightmare was the best thing on television ever.
As we've seen tonight, the best game shows appeal to all ages. But there are some real gems created specifically for kids that live long and affectionately in our memories.
I was a passionate Crackerjack fan as a child. I mean, I do have 2 Blue Peter badges, but I would rather have had a Crackerjack pencil.
It's 5 to 5.
I could push a grape.
It's a Crackerjack. I used to love it.
Crackerjack had 5 main hosts during its whopping 29-year run from 1955 to 1984.
Favourite Crackerjack host, obviously being from Bolton, was Stu Francis, because I used to watch him go jogging down Chorley New Road.
He, to this day, reminds me of Vernon Kay. Is that a nice thing to say? Friday was one of my nights off, Tuesdays and Fridays, and I could stay in and watch TV, and I was offered like what was now a Snickers bar. What was it called? A marathon?
Marathon, yeah.
I would have a marathon and a Crackerjack. It was my Friday night treat.
Wasn't that the crackerjack where they had to hold on to as many prizes as they could.
Yes, indeed. It's time for double or drop.
Kids would answer a question, they'd get given a prize, and then the more prizes they got, they had to hold on to them all, and if they dropped them, they lost them all, but the questions got more difficult.
Yes, these questions were pretty brutal for a kids' show. So how will our grown-up guests get on?
Who was the mother of Queen Elizabeth I of England?
That's Anne Boleyn.
Anne Boleyn.
Queen Elizabeth.
Anne Boleyn.
Anne Boleyn. Oh. What is special about the features of a Manx cat?
It got a bobtail.
It's got no tail.
His tail.
What about it?
It's fluffy.
No, it's not. He hasn't got one.
No tail. I've got a Manx cat.
Who is the composer of the music entitled The Planets?
Holst.
Gustav Holst.
Mozart.
You don't know? That's honest of you. Gustav Holst. Which planet is nearest to the sun?
It's Mars.
Mercury or Venus, I never remember.
Mercury.
Uranus.
Pluto.
No, Mercury.
I should have known Mercury. My dad was an astronomer.
Very tough, actually, yes. Very.
What 8-year-old knows about Holtz and the planets? I mean, come on, that's ridiculous.
Every generation has their own classic game shows.
Runaround. I used to love Runaround. That's where my passion for telly started, was Runaround with Mike Reed. Go!
Runaround!
Every student growing up always wanted to be on Blockbusters because they always wanted to ask Bob for either a P or an E.
Cheggers Plays Pop from me and our two teams. To the right of me in the dark shirts are the Cheggers Reds, who this week are from the Mosses Youth Centre.
Cheggers Plays Pop was brilliant. And of course, Keith Chegwin, the man has boundless energy. You couldn't help but smile in his presence.
Oh, hold it right there. Actually, I'm puffed out just watching them.
I sat there like millions of children in the UK watching this guy present and having a great time and thinking to myself, I would love to present television.
And what do you know? In the 90s, Get Your Own Back took the gunge-fuelled anarchy up a gear.
Yes, I have the best gunge on TV, on stage, on anywhere. That's right. My gunge is the best, y'all.
I remember watching Get Your Own Back, and every kid at that time wanted to be the kid on Get Your Own Back.
For 12 years, this devilishly simple but effective format was a huge hit with the kids.
You've got big inflatables, you've got things you can hit people over the head with, and it's obviously all really harmless fun.
It's a very simple thing, you know. Children, you have a chance via some silly games to get your grown-up into a vat of gunge.
It's a bit mental, really. You're getting all these kids to play all these different games so that at the end they can be, like, victorious and be like, ha ha!
You just wanted to, for once, be right and be able to get them gunged.
But what was the gunge made out of?
I'm not telling you what the gunge is made of. It is a closely guarded secret known only to me.
There's something special about gunge with kids. They just love it.
That slime always looked disgusting. It always looked horrible and wet and sticky and nasty.
It's very photogenic gunge. You know, some gunge is almost very translucent when you actually pour it over, whereas the gunge that we used on the Get Your Own Back show for all of those years, it's a gorgeous thing.
You'd think a show of this nature wouldn't court controversy, but back in 1995, it did just that.
First, we must deal with the plight of 13-year-old Samantha Oxley's teddy bear. It has caused quite the most dreadful gloom to settle in homes all over Britain.
Oh, no, not the foot. Oh, right, OK.
Teddy Robin appeared to meet his end during Get Your Own Back, BBC One, Wednesday afternoons, when Samantha lost a game and had to put into the forfeit furnace her most prized possession.
If they don't get the grown-up in the gunge that they wanted to get in the gunge, they would have to forfeit their favourite item to the furnace. So what would happen is the flames would go up, the item would go down, it would give the illusion of it being burnt, and it would look amazing for television. It was great. in one particular case, and I can't believe I'm going to talk. I can't believe I'm going to talk about this. Okay. So a young girl comes on the show. What happened was the teddy bear leant into the flames. So of course, up it went, and yet the teddy bear was on fire.
This moment was so controversial that we are not allowed to show it. That is genuinely true.
Get Your Own Pet hit record numbers of complaints. Whose fault was it? Who knows? I don't know. I'd like to think it was the teddy bear. I think the teddy bear just sat there and went, you know, it's been a good life.
But while some kids were queuing up to gunge their grown-up, others were desperate to don the helmet of justice.
Nightmare was the best thing on television. Ever. Ever, ever. I used to be desperate to put that helmet on.
Very well. Let me guide you for the first and last time. There is a portal before you. Which path it will put you on, we cannot say, for these things act randomly.
You go on with your school friends, and you kind of had to go through different quests, different, I guess, stages, different worlds, things like that. And, you know, there was one person, you know, who had the helmet on, couldn't see anything.
Catherine, you're in a room, a very long room, and you've got the sky straight in front of you with a kind of dragon thing.
Their friends had to tell them whether to slide step left, go forward, step back, stop, pick this up, speak to this person.
Although I'm rubbish at my left and right, so I'd literally have to be like left and right. Because, you know, you take 2 steps forward. You're going to now meet like a little man or whatever, and you're like, okay, yeah.
Greetings, traveller. Perks Vobiscum, and park your backside over here on one of these splendid logs.
Right, take a step to the side. Like, take another step forward.
Walk to your left, Catherine. Side step, that's it. Keep going.
Oh, no, just back a little bit.
When you come to the table, can you see it?
Yep.
You pick up the food.
And it was so, like, measured. And you'd be like, oh my God, no, don't stop.
The opposition has triggered a problem.
Move back quickly. Move back, Catherine. Walk backwards quickly.
Back,
stop.
Step back, step back, step back. Step back.
Side step to your left.
It's safe now. Oh, thank God. You were really stressed watching it.
But how did they do it?
It was such a huge part of my childhood. Please don't ruin it. Are you going to ruin it?
Sorry.
Of course, they were in effectively a blue screen box.
Hold fast, Catherine.
It's funny looking back on it now because at the time it was really groundbreaking.
I'd never seen anything like it on telly before.
You're able to tap into, I suppose, the role-playing world that kids love so much.
One of the best things ever on television.
As we have seen tonight, whether our game shows are set in CGI fantasy lands or in front of wobbly plywood sets,
We'll give it another go.
whether they're hosted by slick men in suits or women with an icy glare,
My name's Marilyn, and I'm a bit lumpy and ugly.
whether they are daily daytime treats or huge primetime events,
1-2 to the helmet, 1 to the body. Oh, and Chris is out of there.
the best shows all share the same thing. They make us laugh, they make us cry, and they make us cheer on total strangers, together with our friends and our families. And that is why we love game shows.
Goodbye.